See, here is your fellow Grey Warden. You worry too much, young man.
You're alive. I thought you were dead for sure.
It takes more than a few darkspawn to kill me.
Duncan's dead. The Grey Wardens. Even the King. They're all dead. Oh, this doesn't seem real. If it weren't for Morrigan's mother, we'd be dead on top of that tower.
Do not talk about me as if I am not present, lad.
I didn't mean... But what do we call you? You've never told us your name?
Names are pretty, but useless. The chastened folk call me Flemeth. I suppose it will do.
The Flemeth? From the legends? Daveth was right. You're the Witch of the Wilds, aren't you?
And what does that mean? I know a bit of magic, and it has served you both well, has it not?
Oh, fuck. I suppose we should thank you.
If you know what is good for you, I suppose you should.
Is there... If you're Flemeth, you must be very old and powerful.
Must I? Age and power are relative. It depends on who is asking. Compared to you, yes, on both counts.
Then why didn't you save Duncan? He was our leader.
I am sorry for your Duncan, but your grief must come later. In the dark shadows before you take vengeance, as my mother once said. Duty must come now. It has always been the Grey Warden's duty to unite the lands against the Blight. Or did that change when I wasn't looking?
The land is hardly united, thanks to Morrigan.
That doesn't make any sense. Why would he do it?
Now that is a good question. Men's hearts hold shadows darker than any tainted creature. Perhaps he believes the Blight is an army he can outmaneuver. Perhaps he does not see that the evil behind it is the true threat.
The Archdemon.
What is this Archdemon exactly?
It is said that long ago, the Maker sent the old gods of the ancient Tevinter Imperium to slumber in prisons deep beneath the surface. An archdemon is an old god awakened and tainted by darkspawn. Believe that or not, history says it's a fearsome and immortal thing, and only fools ignore history.
A statement, a most astute statement. But it does not inspire me one bit. Alistair is the real Grey Warden here, not me.
All Grey Wardens in Ferelden are gone. Except for us. I've lost everyone. For the love of the Maker, don't back out on me now.
This is a lot to take in all at once. Our entire lives have been upended. And like you said, everyone we know is dead.
Duncan was like a father to me. I won't let his death be in vain. But I can't do anything on my own.
Will you help us fight this blight, Flemeth?
Me? I am just an old woman who lives in the wilds. I know nothing of blights and darkspawn.
Well, whatever Logain's insanity,
You seem to know what the
obviously
Archdemon
thinks
was,
the Darkspawn are a minor threat. We must warn everyone this isn't the case.
And who will believe you? Unless you think to convince this Logain of his mistake.
He just betrayed his own king. If Al Eamon knew what he did at Ostagar, he would be the first to call for his execution.
all Eamon, they're all of Redcliffe.
I suppose. Al Eamon wasn't at Ostagar. He still has all his men. And he was Kaelin's uncle. I know him. He's a good man, respected in the Landsmeet. Of course, we could go to Redcliffe and appeal to him for help.
Keep in mind that Logan was also a man of honor.
The Jarl would never do what Tan Logain did. I know him too well. I still don't know if Al Eamon's help would be enough. He can't defeat the Darkspawn Horde by himself.
We need the rest of the Grey Wardens.
I don't know how to contact them, or if they're even on their way. We need to do something now.
You have more at your disposal than you think.
Of course! The treaties! Grey Wardens can demand aid from dwarves, elves, mages, and other places. They're obligated to help us during a blight.
I may be old, but dwarves, elves, mages, this Arl Eamon, and who knows what else. This sounds like an army to me.
So can we do this? Go to Redcliffe and these other places and build an army?
Why not? Isn't that what Grey Wardens do? I mean, how hard could it be?
So you are set then, ready to be Grey Wardens.
I don't suppose you could offer us any more help.
Now that you mention
Since you're so
it,
kind.
I do have one more thing to offer.
The stew is bubbling, Mother dear. Shall we have 2 guests for the eve, or none?
The Grey Wardens are leaving shortly, girl. And you will be joining them.
Such a shame. What?
You heard me, girl. The last time I looked, you had ears.
I think that's an excellent idea.
Have I no say in this?
You have been itching to get out of the wilds for years. Here is your chance. As for you, Wardens, consider this repayment for your lives.
Was this your idea all along?
Pardon me, but I had the impression that you two needed assistance. Whatever the form.
Not to look a gift horse in the mouth, but won't this add to our problems? Out of the wilds, she's an apostate.
If you do not wish help from us illegal mages, young man, perhaps I should have left you on that tower.
Point taken.
Mother, this is not how I wanted this. I'm not even ready.
You must be ready. Alone, these two must unite for Eldon against the Darkspawn. They need you, Morrigan. Without you, they will surely fail, and all will perish under the Blight. Even I.
The fuck can Morrigan?
Understand.
And you, Wardens. Do you
We're
understand?
Grey Wardens. What is she can?
I give you that which I value above all in this world. I do this because you must succeed.
I assure you, she won't come to any harm with us. Well, as good as we can manage.
Allow me to get my things, if you please. I am at your disposal, Grey Wardens. I suggest a village north of the wilds as our first destination. It is not far, and you will find much you need there. Or, if you prefer, I shall simply be your silent guide. The choice is yours.
My fair lady, do not be so obtuse. I prefer you speak your mind.
You will regret saying that.
Dear, sweet mother, you are so kind to cast me out like this. How fondly I shall remember this moment.
Well, I always said if you want something done, do it yourself. or hear about it for a decade or two afterwards.
Do you really want to take her along because her mother says so?
We didn't. I mean, you just said that we needed allies, and we need all the help we can get.
I guess you're right. The Grey Wardens have always taken allies where they could find them.
I am so pleased to have your approval.
Actually, I have some questions.
I may have answers. Ask.
Tell me about the village to the north.
'Tis a small place of little consequence called Lothering. No more than a stop along your Imperial Highway where travelers purchase goods from local farms and smiths. I would go more often were it not for the town's chantry. It makes the village particularly intolerant and unpleasant for a stranger such as me.
A chantry? And they never in all this time thought that maybe you were a witch?
Of course they have. They even called out their Templars once. They found nothing.
Was there any reason to go to Lothering, then?
I mention it for its tavern, where travelers gather with news from other places. 'Tis small enough that our appearance might go unnoticed. Beyond that, 'tis close, and I know the way.
Have you ever been outside the wilds?
From time to time, I have been to the village I mentioned, watched its people, and pondered what curious beings they are. On occasion, I purchased goods from the village merchants. There I spoke with men a little. There they stared and knew me as an outsider. Mother wishes for me to expand the horizon of my experience beyond the wilds. Even she was not born here.
Is that what you want?
What I want is to see mountains. I wish to witness the ocean and step into its waters. I want to experience a city rather than see it in my mind. So, yes, this is what I want. Actually, leaving is harder than I thought, however. Perhaps Mother is right. It must simply be done quickly.
How are we going to get past the dark
The
spot?
real question is how we are going to get your friend past the Darkspawn, is it not?
That's true. We can sense the Darkspawn. Conversely, they can sense us.
I don't sense any darkspawn. But, well, I sense them only faintly.
You won't right away. No. It takes time. We should be able to sneak past smaller groups, but larger ones, or particularly intelligent Darkspawn, will always detect us.
Mother has given me something else for them to smell instead as we pass by. 'Tis important we head out of the wilds, however, not farther in.
The darkspawn are camped farther in the forest.
They come from underground, like an eruption. They broke through deep within the forest, and that is where they will be most concentrated.
What skills do you have, exactly?
I know a few spells, though I am nowhere near as powerful as Mother. I have also studied history and your Grey Warden treaties.
Can you cook?
I can cook, yes.
Then you can substitute for Alistair.
Right, my cooking will kill us. That's all I meant.
I also know at least 15 different poisons that grow right here in this marsh. Not that I would suggest 'tis at all related to cooking.
I apologize if I'm a bit forward, but are you really Flemeth's daughter?
'Twas she who raised me, and thus I consider her my mother, born from her womb or not. 'Tis what you meant, yes?
It's just difficult to imagine her.
Young, married, pregnant? Who said she was any of these things? I certainly did not.
I have no more questions. My goth. I've already overstepped myself. I will reserve my tongue. Let's move on, shall we?
Farewell, Mother. Do not forget the stew on the fire. I would hate to return to a burned-down hut.
Bah! 'Tis far more likely you will return to see this entire area, along with my hut, swallowed up by the blight.
All I meant was...
Yes, I know. Do try to have fun, dear.
Alrighty. Let's get out of here. Deep, deep within the wilds. A yellow name. In the game, they say no, orange names. I'm fucking retarded. Lothering. Lothering. A small town just out of the Imperial Highway. The edge of the hinterlands. Ooh. Confrontation. Conflict. Dinner.
And I expect each of you to supply these men. We must rebuild what was lost at Ostagar, and quickly. There are those who would take advantage of our weakened state if we let them. We must defeat this Darkspawn incursion, but we must do so sensibly and without hesitation.
Your Lordship, if I might speak. You have declared yourself Queen Honora's regent, and claim we must unite under your banner for our own good. But what of the army lost at Ostagar? Your withdrawal was most fortuitous.
Everything I have done has been to secure Ferelden's independence. I have not shirked my duty to the throne, and neither will any of you!
The Banon will not bow to you simply because you demand it.
Understand this. I will brook no threat to this nation from you or anyone.
You definitely don't sound like a tyrant.
Van Tegan, please!
Your Majesty, your father risks civil war. If Eamon were here...
Van Tegan, my father is doing what is best.
Did he also do what was best
That's
for your husband?
Yeah.
Your
What about the king? What about him? I'm sure he would have gotten. I'm sure the king would have preferred a little bit less of his best. Goddamn. You hear that? God damn, this nigga's fucking sprinting. Oh, fuck. It's our dog. Brought him to us, eh?
Time for more darts.
Yes.
Get in there and fight, my nigga. You. Nah, we can get him. Yeah. Everybody dead. Seems bro resisted my. Bitch ass on the ground, bitch ass nigga.
All right.
Oh shit, this nigga was about to. I think this is the Mabari I helped cure back at Ostagar.
I think he was out there looking for you. He's chosen you. Mabari are like that. They call it imprinting.
Does this mean we're going to have this mangy beast following us about now? Wonderful.
He's not mangy.
Damn it, I mean, I would have petted him if, whatever. I've always wanted a dog like this. Maybe it's meant to be. This hound has pledged his loyalty to me. It shall serve as my third eye. Since my name is Chakra, and I'm a mage, and part of being a mage is that you're connected to the Fade, which is seeing an outer world. So we quite literally have a third eye. That's what the third eye in chakra in Hinduism, it's meant to see. It's supposed to be like insight. It's like it signifies your unconscious mind and seeing spirits and spirituality and shit like that. Since this dog is quite literally going to be my third eye. He's my third eye, so we're going to name him Ajna, which is the third eye chakra. And don't worry, I will pet the dog. I will pet the dog. I was gonna let this dog go unpetted, but I'm also gonna go back in the previous save and pet the. I'm gonna choose the first option, which is pet him. But I'm gonna do that off camera. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you guys please could give me the HBO special, that's a Help a Brother Out specials, to like, comment, and subscribe. If you do comment, I will respond. We can talk about any of the topics I talked about in the video. Talk about the game. Or you can yell at me, and I'll yell at you back. I'll see you guys later. Also, spoiler alert, if you made it this far, I'm going to be romancing Morrigan. It is the most well-written choice in the game. It's the most rich, full of story romance in the game, and she's basically written as your, Alistair is the second main character, but she might take priority over him when it comes to how important her character. Alistair and Morrigan are clearly supposed to be the premier side characters. So, okay. I'll see you guys in the next episode.